right, folks. Are we ready to watch Elika do a thing? Hey, judges, how do we feel? Good? Let's go, all right.
Hello.
Hello, good to see you.
Love the glasses
Hi.
change.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Hello.
Hey.
Good to see you. Good to see you again. All right, I will let you get situated. Can I check my music, please? Sounds good. Judges, are you ready? Okay. Time. Welcome, judges. My name is Elika. I'm from Onyx Coffee Lab, and I've built relationships in this industry to curate your coffee experience. I bring a unique blend of coffees, new drippers, tools, and techniques to brew each of you the best cup of coffee I've ever tasted. In 2019, I met Julian Olguin and Fernando Oca from Immaculata Coffee Farms in Colombia. I've brewed their coffees for over 3 years, and there are two I've learned are a perfect complement. I'm excited to share a blend of their Cafea Eugenioides and Sudan Rumé. Eugenioides is the ancestor of Arabica, and I love its real fruit sweetness. And while it lacks both caffeine and bitterness, it also lacks a vibrant acidity. Sudan Rumé is a variety with high resistance to disease, and I love its complex flavor, but it can have a delicate mouthfeel. Julian processes these coffees with carbonic maceration, sealing the cherries in CO2-filled stainless steel tanks for 7 to 8 days. This slow and controlled fermentation process breaks down nutrients to impart tropical fruit flavors while maintaining these varietal traits and a clean cup. Eugenioides provides a foundation of sweetness in my blend, and Sudan Rumé adds brightness and complexity. Their processing brings a harmonious flavor profile, while my brewing brings body and balances the strengths of each coffee. As I prepared this blend, there wasn't a dripper that allowed me to control my brewing variables exactly how I wanted so that I could present you with the cup that I envisioned. Today, I'm excited to share my signature MK dripper. This MK dripper was handmade in Copenhagen with a familiar flat bottom shape. I chose this because it creates a short and flat brew bed, allowing me to extract all potential body and sweetness evenly. My signature dripper has larger holes than a Kalita wave, even larger than the original MK. At nearly 7 times the size of a Kalita wave, I have a flow rate like a cone dripper. This fast flow and control lets me balance the acidity and flavor in your cup. I'm pairing my dripper with Seabrist flat filters from Barcelona. These complement my dripper by eliminating waves and adhering to the smooth sidewalls. This accentuates that short and flat brew bed and reduces the bypass of water out the sides of my paper to increase my extraction efficiency for more consistent flavor into each of your cups. My recipe is 10 grams of each coffee, brewed with only 250 mils of 203 Fahrenheit water for an ideal flavor balance and texture. My final tool is the Mellow Drip Lift. This disc rests on top of my drippers and directs the force of my kettle downwards in a cascade of droplets. These droplets reduce the particle discharge that masks your palates in the cup, and therefore it increases your flavor perception. I'm pouring in 5 total pulses of 50 mils each every 45 seconds, with 80% of that water running through this disc, and the remainder, a light pour through this inner ring to saturate your brew bed fully. Now, I have to brew each of these coffees differently. Eugenioides has low solubility and tastes more fruity and sweet at low extractions. Sudan Rumé is easily soluble and tastes more complex at high extractions. I'm leaning into these differences by layering Eugenioides at the base of my dripper and Sudan Rameh at the top. The controlled agitation of the mellow drip keeps the integrity of my layers throughout the brewing process, allowing me to achieve this optimum extraction for both coffees simultaneously. Our fresh, hot water hits the top layer of finely ground Sudan Rameh first, quickly extracting our acids and floral flavors. This saturated water then percolates through our coarsely ground eugenioides, lowering our extraction, but still pulling sweetness and fruity esters into your cups. I discovered that layering my coffee in this pattern enhanced the tropical fruit flavors to a level that I didn't experience in either coffee individually. And that's when I knew I had to share this blend, because it's greater than the sum of its parts. With this method, I'm achieving optimum flavor balance for 2 separate coffees. This tight 1 to 12.5 ratio balances the high sweetness of our eugenioides with body and complex fruity flavors. I'll be serving you today in the Aurea Sense Cup, also made by MK Ceramics. Your cup features a tapered and flared lip, which increases your perception of sweetness for a pleasant drinking experience. Please allow your coffee to cool slightly by waiting to evaluate until I call time. At which point, please drink equally from your spoons, as well as the cups provided for a balanced drinking experience. And at each transition of flavor, I'd like you to hold a portion of this coffee in your mouth to experience this texture and lingering fruit sweetness. On the aroma, you'll smell papaya, stewed strawberries, and grilled pineapple. The palate of this coffee exhibits an array of fresh and cooked fruits. You'll taste papaya and cherry hibiscus tea, which is a red fruit flavored floral tea, throughout the cup experience. Additionally, while your coffee is hot, you'll taste guava nectar, pineapple, and a hint of ripe strawberry. As your coffee cools, you'll taste plum. And your cup will taste sweetened with floral honey. Floral honey. Your coffee brightens as it cools. You'll taste tropical fruit punch with hints of watermelon and red berries like raspberry and fresh strawberry. The aftertaste is long and sweet, beginning when hot with ripe cantaloupe. And grilled pineapple. Turning when cool to watermelon and red fruit punch. The acidity is medium in intensity and citric. Sweet and tart like pineapple. gently intensifying as your coffee cools and becoming more refreshing and complex. Acetic and tartaric like pineapple shrub. The body is medium to heavy. Silky soft, smooth, and coating. Becoming breathy in the finish with an experience much like eucalyptus. Judges, I've built my relationships and developed my techniques so I can serve you a cup of coffee curated just for you. Please evaluate and most of all, enjoy. Thank you, judges. Time.
All right. Hello.
Hello.
Elika.
Tyler.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Hey, riddle me this, my guy. What were the two coffees that you used there?
I used a blend of Cafea Eugenoides and Sudan Rame from Immaculata Coffee Farms in Colombia.
Why?
Because Eugenoides is known for being super, super sweet. And I found that, there's flavors that I want to find in coffees when you're looking at competing. One, I love tropical fruit flavors. We've seen blends pick up in popularity, and I just really wanted to curate a cup that I thought tasted the best that it could. And both of these coffees from the same farm amplified the best characteristics of each other, and it was just amazing.
It's a metaphor.
It's literal.
Yeah. Oh. You said one thing that I loved is that the some of these are greater than they are standalone. And I just think that's wonderful. So how long did it take you to come up with this specific blend of these two?
So actually, I had tasted a different coffee sometime earlier in the year that I was really tropical, really fruity, and I thought, wow, this tastes like the notes I had in Eugenoides. As this coffee kind of aged out, decided I need to look for a different coffee. We had lots from Immaculata, and what do you know, like the first coffee I thought I would try was hit every single note that I wanted. And then obviously, because they're from the same farm, they just married really nicely.
Sweet, sweet serendipity.
Sweet, sweet coffee.
Could you come down a little lower here? We're cutting off the forehead. Awesome. Everybody here let's give it up for Elika.
You wait until it's over to ask me to step in a frame?
Yeah, it was wonderful. Awesome. Come back in about another 15 minutes and we'll have the next competitors ready, everybody.